Y'all may be seated.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think we was, because I think there's I'm gonna let Ms. Hall address y'all first.
Hi, like I said, I'm a law student. I've done a lot of mock trialing in my day. So I'll just give you a few general comments. I know that especially at this stage in the competition, you don't want a bunch of tedious kind of case-specific comments. One thing I think I've noticed throughout this competition is if you're going to use demonstratives, make sure they look neat, make sure they look professional, and make sure that they make a point. Like, I understand that you want to get your witness off the witness stand, especially expert witnesses, and I understand that sometimes you want to like write things down and make a point, but make sure you're making that point, because otherwise it just seems kind of muddled and unprofessional. So just keep that in mind when you're using demonstratives in general. Like, they need to serve a purpose, or else they just kind of distract and can be confusing. I guess another thing is, if you're gonna, it's good that you all have, you all entered a lot of evidence. You clearly know the procedure for entering the evidence, but once you enter it, make sure you keep up with it. If you've entered something, you brought it to the bench, make sure you use that copy. Don't go back to your table and get a copy that you didn't enter. Like, come up, ask to approach, get that. Like, they're tedious points, but at this stage in the competition, those are kind of, like, that's all that we have left to comment on, because you all did such a great job. Otherwise, just a couple of, I guess, kind of tedious comments. And when you're cross-examining attorneys, that's your time to kind of shine. Like, this isn't about the witness. They're just there to say yes or no. So talk to the jury, talk to the judge in this case. Like, really make eye contact. Really, you're testifying. Like, they're there to say yes, no. And I understand that sometimes it's hard to control. Like, Jesse did a really great job of just taking it away. But, like, you're there to prove your points. And so you make good eye contact. You say things, like with conviction, because that's your time to shine. As opposed to direct examination. So other than that, you guys did a great job. Clearly, you know the case really well. You know the rules of evidence really well. There was some great use of case law, some of the best I've probably seen. So good job. You should be really proud.
And I just wanted to add a perspective of, I'm a former mock trialer as well, but now, I was a practitioner for 20 years, and now I'm a judge. But the biggest thing about mock trial is, I'm so excited, first of all, just to think that hopefully a lot of you will go on to law school and will be practicing attorneys in our courts, wherever you're from, whatever state you're in, because you all just did a fabulous job. And you just have no idea, I don't think, even the preparation, how far this helps you in being prepared for doing work in a courtroom. And the interesting thing is, though, even though all this is made up facts and it's kind of made up law and all of that, but the skills you're learning are going to carry forward. And it's interesting that even in real life, these skills are important and they make a difference. And some of it is just about taking command of the courtroom, and that's kind of was my general comment on the papers, and that is just own it. You come in here and you own it, even if you're having to argue something that's really ridiculous. Because sometimes these facts you're given, you're like, okay, really? But just commit to it and own it. And if you believe it, somebody else might believe it too. And so just that would be the main thing I would say for everybody, because you all definitely are at a very high level of competition. And so I would say, moving forward, just totally take command of the courtroom. And some of you know how to do it, and I would see glimpses of it, and I'm like, yeah, you go, But just keep that from the beginning to the end. You own it. This is your case. You're right. Your position is right, and just make sure that that jury knows it. So good job, everybody. Can y'all tell us where you're from now?
Yes, Northwood University.
And where is that?
In Midland, Michigan.
Midland, Michigan. All right.
From Dickinson College.
And where's that?
In Carlisle, Pennsylvania. Outside
Okay.
Harrisburg.
Very good. Well, I hope y'all got to enjoy a little bit of Louisville while you're here. We're glad to have you all, and so glad to see the mock trial program just continues on, preparing. Hopefully a lot of you will go to law school and carry on the profession. So good job, everybody.
Thank you.
And good luck going forward.